Hey y'all, welcome back to Thursday's lesson. This is lesson 13, and the learning goal today is I can recognize halves within a circular clock face and tell time to the half hours. So the learning goal has been the same for the past couple of lessons. This lesson is actually going to be a lot shorter than lesson 12. So if you're ready for the weekend and you want to get this over with, watch my video and then go do the problem set and homework. So let's get started. What you'll need for this lesson: you need the clock that you made last week, you need a pencil, you need a 60-second timer. You can use a cell phone or have somebody time you for your fluency, and then this template with the clocks and watches that's in your packet. So make sure you have all of these supplies. If you don't have them ready with you right now, pause the video, go grab everything you need, and then come back when you're ready. So your fluency in your packet, side A, you're going to have 60 seconds, just like you're in class. You can put your pencil up, and when your sibling or parent says go, you have 60 seconds to do as much as you can. Then when the timer goes off, you stop, have somebody check your work, and then on side B, you have 60 seconds and try to beat your score from side A. This is what side A looks like. This is what side B looks like. These are the sprints that are in your packet. So start on side A and then do side B. Right now, pause the video, complete your fluency, and come back when you're done. All right, your brain is nice and warmed up. Let's start with the application problem. Touch the first word. Track along as I read. Ben is a clock collector. He has 8 digital clocks and 5 circular clocks. How many clocks does Ben have all together? How many more digital clocks does Ben have than circular clocks? This might remind you of lesson 11 from last week. And lesson 10, I think, had 2 questions. So right now, you know you have 2 questions. You're going to have to organize your data. Put a line down the middle of your page, and you're going to work out the first question on this side, second question on this side, and then there's sentence stems for you at the bottom to solve your work. So I'll give you a hint. One of these problems is a plus problem, and one of these problems is a minus problem. But we know the 2 numbers that we know are 8 and 5. Solve the 2 questions and then fill in the sentence stems on the bottom. So pause the video, complete your application problem, and come back when you're done. All right, many people use something like this to show them what time it is. Do you know what this thing is called? It's called a watch. And this watch shows you what time it is at all times of the day. What do we notice about this watch? What does it kind of look like? If you said it looks like a clock, you're totally right. It's like a clock that you can wear on your arm. What time is on this watch? If you look, the hour hand is in between 3 and 4. Has it gotten to the 4 yet? No, it hasn't gotten to the 4 yet, but the minute hand is pointing down at the 6. So let's count by 5s to get to our minute hand. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And if the hour hand is not to the 4 yet, it's still on the 3, we know this time is, get ready, yes, 3:30. What differences do you notice among the clocks and watches on your template? So look at the template that's in your packet. It looks like the one on your screen. And look at the different watches and clocks. What do you notice that's the same, and what do you notice that's different? I noticed they're not all the same shape. I noticed they're not all the same color. Did you notice that some of them don't have numbers on them? Did you notice that some of them don't have lines on them to tell where the time is? This watch down here doesn't have numbers or lines. We have to use our imagination to be able to tell time on some of these clocks. If it just gives you a couple of numbers, we can kind of fill in the blanks with our brains. If it doesn't give us any numbers or any lines to count, we really have to remember what a clock looks like and use our imagination to find times on watches like that. So let's look at this square clock. What time do you see on this square clock? I see that the hour hand is in between 9 and 10, and the minute hand is pointing down at the 6. So the time that I see is 9:30. Look at the next clock. It only has 4 numbers. So where do you think the missing numbers would go? If I wanted to, I could draw in these missing numbers to help me tell the time. Could I also just use my imagination and know that right after 3, the next number is 4? And if the minute hand is pointing straight up at the top, I know that that means o'clock. So what time do we see on this clock? Get ready. Yes, 4 o'clock. Try the next one without putting in the numbers. So this time you're going to use your imagination and find the time. You have 10 seconds to figure out what time this clock shows. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The time that I see could be 10 o'clock, but it could be 11 o'clock. Let me write in the numbers and see if you were right. If you said this time was showing 11 o'clock, give yourself a round of applause. The time is 11 o'clock because the hour hand is pointing to the 11 and the minute hand is pointing straight up to the 12. So I know it's 11 o'clock. If I wanted to write this like a digital clock, I would write 11 and 2 zeros for 11 o'clock. What about this one? Does this clock have any numbers? No numbers, but it has lines. Can I count the lines to see the numbers? Okay, let's count the lines. I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the hour hand. What number is the hour hand pointing to? Get ready. Yes, 4. This is the minute hand. What number is the minute hand pointing to? Get ready. Yes, 12. So if the hour hand is on 4 and the minute hand is pointing straight up to the 12, what time does this clock show? Get ready. Yes, 4 o'clock. Now this is the watch. The watch with no numbers and no lines. How can I tell the time on this watch? I really have to use my imagination here. Can anybody think where the hour hand is pointing? Use your clock that you made. Use the template that you have. Think, think, think. Where is the hour hand pointing? Get ready. Yes, 3. Now where's the minute hand pointing? What number is the minute hand pointing to? Get ready. 12. And you guys knew that by using your resources. You used the clock that we made last week, or you used the templates that have the numbers or tick marks. I also think you guys are so smart. You could use your imaginations to be able to tell where the hour hand and the minute hand are pointing. So just like that, we're already ready for the problem set. Number 1 and 2. Circle the correct clock and write the times for the other 2 clocks that are not correct on the lines. So that means you're going to circle for number 1, the clock that shows 1:30 o'clock. There's only one that shows 1:30 o'clock. And then the other 2 clocks, you write the times on the lines. Same thing for number 2. Number 3, circle the clock that shows 10 o'clock and then write the times for the other 2 clocks on those lines. Number 4, what time is it? Write the times on the lines. So use your imagination, use your clock that you made to figure out what the time is for A, B, and C and write their times underneath. Number 5, draw the minute and hour hand on the clocks for A, B, C, D, E, and F. Remember, the minute hand is the longer hand, and the hour hand is the shorter hand. So when you're drawing, your hands need to look just like that. The minute hand is longer, the hour hand is shorter. Same thing, G, H, I, J, K, and L. You're drawing the minute hand and the hour hand to show those times. All right, guys, that's all for today. I'll see you during my office hours on Tuesday, Thursday from 8:30 to 9:30. Have a great long weekend. Remember, we do not have school on Friday, so you have no expectations to get on office hours or to complete any schoolwork, but make sure that you're reading your books, getting on Dreambox and AR Zone so that you're still using that noggin. Have a great weekend. See y'all later. Bye.